Hello, welcome. Gonna I hope that everyone can hear me. I think when I used my headphones it didn't really do anything. But I'm gonna text my friend and tell her that I'm streaming. Hello, welcome. I need to edit the title. Visual art, English. Hello, welcome. Just tell me if you can hear me properly. Yeah, tell me if you can hear me, if the music is too loud, if I'm lagging. Let me just double check. I know it lags a little bit. Okay, it's not too bad of a lag. So this is the monstrosity that I'm working on. Alright, cool. How are you today, Kelly? Okay, I'll turn it up. I don't want it to go. I want to make sure that I'm not like muffled by the because for some reason my headphones don't connect with OBS here. But yeah. How's your day? Trying to get a good reference of her. There we go. So many complicated things. Pretty lazy morning, yeah. That was kind of me today, though I decided that for this week I am going to focus on schooling. At least after today. I'm going to focus on schooling so that I can basically just get it over with, get it done. And then I can focus on applying to jobs. So this isn't usually how I paint. Yeah, it's for the contest, but I don't know if I'll be able to finish it in time, in all honesty. Because I got distracted by the other man. But otherwise, I feel like it'll be good. But this isn't, just so you know, this isn't normally how I do art, but because there's so many characters, I really had to make it a little bit simpler for myself. And I'm even missing some characters, like, unfortunately. But I just can't, like, the composition, I can't really fit them. So I'm actually like truly trying to just paint on over it and not freak out about it. Be a little bit more loose with my painting style for this one. Because since it's going to be so big, people won't even really be able to tell the difference. Okay. Well, also my internet might, because my CPU on this computer doesn't really like me streaming. You can see here my CPU, 57. Oh yeah, tell me what kind of songs you would like to listen to. It's due on the 18th, so I have some time, and especially since I'm not going to make it as polished as what I did with my previous thing. Hopefully be a little bit better. Also, this kind of helps with my confidence. Yeah, this is Premiere. I found out when what is it? I found out when I was with my other stream that for some reason Premiere didn't like trigger the whole muting thing in it. So that's why I decided, okay, I will see how. Because Nier, when I played Nier Automata, I was fighting a boss that took so long that the whole song got just like it counted, unfortunately, as a copyright. But yeah, basically how I did it was I made the composition. I'll show you. With this, I did like a pre-color, pre-sketch. And then I realized like there was more characters that I needed to deal with. So I had to actually make it larger. So, and then I lightened it and just like drew over the character, drew over. Yeah, I'm just painting on one layer right now. Thank you so much. It took me a very long time to, in all honesty, it took me a very long time to like figure it out, plan it, and everything. So I appreciate it because I'm personally not very good with composition, if I'm completely honest. Like backgrounds are hard. I know, I know we talked about it last time. Backgrounds are hard. Is there any big project that you're working on? Yeah, I really want to start selling my art. It's just I haven't seen anyone really be interested in it. No one's really told me like, oh, I would buy this, or because like it would be an investment. I would have to put money down. I wanted to make charms, but when I was making like samples, no one was really saying like, oh, I would like to buy this, or and maybe that's a bit of a cop out on my part, but. Honestly, most of the time, like with Don Sleeve, this guy, I used a lot of layers for him. So as you can, these are not all the layers. Like I would work on him, and then I would like work a little bit on him, and then flatten the layer, and then I would work more on a second layer. But with this, I'm trying to really, because there's so many of them, and they're all different colors. That making several layers will just confuse everything. Yeah, you're right. You're completely right. That is something that I lack, being able to like advertise and sell myself. I'm good at selling like other things. I'm like I would be like the top seller every time in retail settings and stuff like that. But I'm not really good at, and it's something I have to learn. In all honesty. That's what I'm kind of hoping to do with streaming and stuff like that, is to get my stuff out there. That's why I decided to mix it up with like doing art and doing other types of and I do want to do a Kickstarter. I want to do a Kickstarter for the video game that I am planning on making. I guess it's the whole like you're your own worst critic, your own worst enemy. I do advertise on my. Oh, I should. You're right. I should do that. Like what Leo does. I will do that right now. I forgot to reply to you. I tried to do the whole link thing on Instagram because I wanted to connect it to my Twitch. But it was like telling me about like business affiliates and all that, so I was like, I think I'm in the wrong place here. Oh yeah, don't tell Len this. Len, if you're hearing, don't tell Len this, and Len, if you're hearing, I'm thinking that I might have, if there are enough people here, I might have them like raid her channel, and she'll be my first raid for 6:30. All right. No, I haven't gotten except for the 50 followers because right now I haven't been able to average 3 people every 3 days, like for 3 days or something. I think that's what the achievement is. So I still have a little ways to go in all honesty, but that's why I've been like committing more time. Like I get a lot of unique chatters, which is really nice, but they don't chat in the chat, or they're lurking maybe. Oh, thank you so much. I will do the same for you too. It like has a weird, this particular thing trips up my head. There we go. There we go. The one-time purpose CSP. I do not know. Oh yeah, this is the yearly subscription. Yeah, it was the like $24. It's not like the super pro one, but I think it's actually. Yeah. Yeah, I really like it. It doesn't have, I think, all of the things, but it has enough of the things. I don't think that in order to be a good artist, you have to have like all the bells and whistles. Let me play a different song too. Yeah, I've never. Well, I don't have a I don't have that type of tablet, so. Let me do this one because it plays more songs. Um, but yeah, I don't have a tablet, so I never could use the. So I never really used Procreate before. I've only ever had Photoshop and then the clip. I know. Yeah, like I have the Max, but I've never been able to like afford a tablet. Like one of my biggest like artistic purchases has been the Cintiq that I have. Oh, my life is searching for. Sorry, I like to sing along with the song, so tell me if my voice sucks. I really like to sing along with songs that I really like. We'll have to do karaoke together. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. I won't force you to sing. You can just listen to my bad singing. What kind of drinks do you drink? Because I don't really drink alcohol. Like sometimes I'll have like a beer and then I'll make like my friends. Back before the pandemic, I would make my friends drink the rest of my beer. I can only finish half of it. Oh, yeah, maybe I should post on my Facebook too. Beer or soju? Oh my god, soju? Like, when I do end up drinking with friends, like, I have some friends who love to drink, and we would go to this Korean bar that, like, sells soju, and it's so good. There was this one that kind of tastes like Yakult. I don't know if you like Yakult or not, but it's so good. You don't like the soju one? I really liked the soju one for the Yakult. I think I've only had watermelon, peach. Oh, you don't have a watermelon? Hi, Lord of the Pit. How are you? Now that you're here, I'll be able to tell you my mafia stories. And then Strawberry Pootie will be able to listen to my mafia stories. But yeah, we have like watermelon, peach. I think we had a mango one before. Buffalo wings, damn, you're like a cooking connoisseur. Well, just so you know, this is what I've been working on so far. Oh, there we go. I started this a while ago. I started this like 5 days ago. It's supposed to be for the contest that's going on in they're like offering, what is it? They're offering like 50, not 50, 5,000 gems per like for like 90 people or something. I don't know if I'll finish in time because it's supposed to be for it's supposed to be due on the 18th. And I don't know if I'll finish by then, but it's okay. I'll have tried. Like I kind of have like the too much gene. Oh, is it not? Is it not art? I hate it when it does that, where it just leaves it. Search tag. Art. Fan art. Art. Digital art. Category. Art. There we go. Cool. There we go. Like most of the time it picks up what I last put on my, what is it? What I last put on my PS4, so. Oh, I love this song. What's coming up? I can hear the sound of rain. I can love it so true. The sun. Yeah, like for me, I really like using like maybe too much color, like like with this one, like Lisa Frank color. Like, even though this isn't like the obviously the proper color schemes for them, I prefer. I like because like in a lot of my old art, because since I have such old computer, I can't properly see what actually is like on the screen properly. It doesn't show up well enough. So I end up using like a lot of bright colors to like compensate. I think it's a little bit more interesting too. And honestly, there's no rules when it comes to color. But yeah, so Lord of the Pit, if you're in, can you hear me? I will tell you my funny mafia story. Just tell me when you're ready. Okay, so so my uncle, my great uncle, So in my mother's side of the family, my uncle Gerhard is what he's called. He married into the mafia family of the Pepes in New York, because originally most of my family is from New York, at least on my mother's side, when they immigrated here. And he married into the mafia. So he married this woman, and I found out, because I grew up listening to this story, I found out, like, what they say is, like, he cheated on the woman, he cheated on his wife, and then he had accidentally fallen out the window and broke both of his legs. Accidentally. I can't tell if you heard me or not. So that's one of them. And then I found out... No, he knew. He knew who he was marrying. He just chose to cheat on her. And, like, divorce her. But I found out afterwards from my mother that I guess the government had decided that... so he was flying to Brazil. Alright? And he just happened to be flying to Brazil with what seems to have been, like, 80 pounds of cocaine. And he was detained in Brazil for like 10 years. But we believe that it was a farce, just to get him, just so that the government could, like, arrest him and figure out, like, how to keep him. But his, like, current wife, the wife that wasn't part of the mafia, like, waited for him all 10 years, and then he managed to come back to the country. Because I guess, like, he's the big shit or something, I don't know. And he managed to live, like, a happy, like, normal, out of sight, out of mind life. I never met him personally, though. After we found out that the mafia had pushed him out the window, in our family, we were, like, not allowed to even mention about the Pepes or anything like that, because obviously they did not like our family whatsoever. And it would have been dangerous, so we weren't even allowed to, like, mention. But then I found out another interesting thing about my grandfather on my father's side. I found out that he was a prisoner of war in Russia. So my mother had told me, like, randomly, because, like, I was just talking about, like, traveling and stuff like that. And my mom was like, Maria, don't ever plan to go to Russia. And I'm like, what? I'm like, well, one, I wasn't interested in going to Russia, for one, but two, I'm like, why? He's like, oh, you know, your grandfather, he was a prisoner of war there. As soon as they see your name, like, in the thing, they will, like, detain you or something. You would be scared shitless. Yeah, well, I mean, love prevails, I guess. That's probably what happened. Or, like, power, maybe. Because it seemed like, depending on the whole, like, 80 pounds of cocaine that he had on his possession, it seems like he probably was not a good person prior. But yeah, found that out about my grandfather. And then more things to do with Russia for some reason. My family is not from Russia, by the way. From Kelly knows what my last name is, but that last name comes from Poland. And like, namely Lithuania, not actually Poland, because my grandfather was from Lithuania. But it got taken over by Poland, so that's why he has that name. But my mother, she had worked in she worked in the tech industry, and because of our last name, the government was doing so. Because of our last name, there was actual espionage going on in my mom's company. Like, legitimately, I saw recently, because I was just looking up her name, there were reports about this. And I saw, like, proof that she worked for that company. And so there was a legit Russian spy working in the same building as my mom. And because of our last name, looking Russian, they thought my father was a spy. So they tapped her work phone. They tapped our phones for like 10 years. I don't know if I told Kelly this story, but like, legitimately, my best friend and I, we were able to tell that my phones were still tapped because when we had a call together once, all right? Because we would call each other every single day, and all of a sudden, the phone line crossed, and we could hear another man's voice talking on our phone conversation. Oh, it's all news to you? Yeah. So, yeah, so we heard a whole, like, a grown-ass man talking about, like, something, work-related or something. He couldn't hear us, but we could hear him. Both Dennis and I could hear this person talk. And that's when I found out that my phone lines were tapped. And like, when I would go to the airports and everything, they would always check my bag. They would rummage through my bag and ruin everything. Because they can. And like, my mom and I, we only discovered that they stopped doing it after my father passed away. So for like 10 or so years, they like kept tabs on us because of that one person my mom worked with happened to be an actual Russian spy that they arrested, and she was like doing espionage. Now, like I said, my life is not as interesting as my mother's life was. Like, it was funny too, because she was just like a temp. Your husband? Your husband? Oh, the male. Oh, you saw. Oh, him. Yeah. Yeah. This is the sister. This is who I play. Yeah, I don't play the boy character. I play him on my other account, but not on this account. You'd rather be boring. Honestly, yeah, because that was something I was really concerning for my mom and everything, because she was the breadwinner. My father was a stay-at-home father, and my mother was the one that made the money because she worked in tech and everything. So to like find out that the that the government is like trying to like try to see if you could be arrested or like try to arrest them, like yeah, like this woman, she ended up having like she had like a lot of because basically she was in the company that my mom worked with, worked along with companies that later on created like links and stuff like that, and my mom was like a technical sponsor for them. What if he was a stay-at-home father? Well, honestly, I found out later on in life, because my father passed away. He passed away 11 years ago. I found out later on in life that he lied about what he did for work prior. He said that he worked for the army and that he created bombs for airplanes that were going to bomb. He said specifically Russia too, which is kind of, now that you say it, a little suspicious. My father was very, very smart because his uncle was actually knighted by the King of Spain back in the day. So like, it's kind of like in line that like because the uncle specialized in mathematics, and my father was really good in math. He would like tutor college kids and stuff. So who knows? Like, it's a little suspicious that that I don't actually know what he did with his in job wise. It's so hard to find the back of her. I can't. I just want to see your back, girl. Not anything perverted or either. No. Man, why can't I find the back of this girl? Here we go. Cosplay is always the best reference for these things. Man, there's a lot more to it than I thought. Why is my family so interesting? Uh, I don't know. I actually like one of my close old coworkers and friends. He wants me to write an autobiography because I myself am not super interesting in reality, but I've had interesting things happen to me, to say the least. Uh, like I've been to interesting places. I managed to, when I was very young, my grandmother on my mother's side always wanted to travel to the Panama. And so in the middle of middle school, my mother took me out of school, and I didn't have to do the standardized tests either. She took me out of school, and I just went on like a 3-week cruise with my grandmother to the Panama, down the Panama Canal. So we went to the Bahamas first because we left out of Florida. Exactly what a spy would say. Honestly, because like finding out my mother didn't truly know what his occupation was. And like when he passed away, I think like in his job application, because in all honesty, thankfully I'm still in contact. I'm in contact with my abuela now, and we talk and everything. But he didn't talk to my abuela for 18 years. He didn't talk to his mother for 18 years. He didn't tell my abuela, he didn't tell my grandmother that I existed. She didn't know I existed until I was 9. She didn't know that she had a grandson until he was 19 years old. And he didn't tell her that he got married or anything like that. And she like still to this day doesn't know why. So who knows, maybe he was a spy and in order to like protect her or something. Because like they ended up talking a lot afterwards. But who knows, maybe secretly he didn't want her to get involved in something bad, and so he like didn't talk to her for 18 years. Hi Leo, how are you? This is what I'm working on so far. It's like a big monstrosity that I decided to torment myself with. Are you streaming tonight, or are you gonna watch Len's 100 special? 100 follower special? I was just talking about how my father most likely was a spy. And that he got away from the cops. Thank you so much! Like with this one, because there's so many characters, I can't make it as rendered. Because I want to try to have it enter this into the contest that's going on. You still need to beat that boss? Man, I don't envy you. That must be difficult. One moment. Hello. Hi. Yeah. Well, you know how things are, unfortunately. Yeah, like I said, I was doing the like my obligation currently. I'm sorry. Are you sure? I'm so sorry about that. Okay, yeah, thank you. I apologize. I hope that you could find someone. Oh, okay, thank you. Bye. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was it is let the battles begin from Final Fantasy. That was a friend of mine. So she's her father is currently moving, and they did a garage sale, and she wanted me to help her move stuff for the garage sale. Um, my only issue is just like I was talking to Lord of the Pit about this. Like she's not in my circle or anything. And also I had prior engagements like this today, and I had a therapy appointment. And it's like I feel really awful, but it's just I haven't seen her throughout the whole pandemic. And they had a COVID scare, and like, you know, I want to help, but it's just I really can't. I can't afford to possibly get COVID. Um, so I feel bad because I don't want to seem like a bad friend. But like she literally asked me like 8 o'clock last night if I could help her. I'm just like, it's so last minute. Like if she asked me last week, I would have definitely been able to. Just do it easy peasy and like try to like work around the other problems. Yeah, like I just it's just she has like a kid and her father recently went to the hospital, so I was just like, I just wish that she had asked me earlier. Like if she asked me instead of like last night at 8 o'clock, that I would have been more. I wouldn't have like scheduled this, and I wouldn't have. I would have like reconsidered with my therapist and everything. But but yeah, like I don't think that she's mad because she has like her neighbors can help her and everything. It's just I haven't seen her in a long time, but I was talking with like I said with Lord of the Pit, like I personally feel hypocritical if I go out and do things with other people, but I get angry when people are doing like I don't know if you heard of this article or something, but someone recently in California had a birthday party for a cat, and then 15 people ended up with COVID. Like, I can't justify being angry at a party that had a birthday party for a cat and they get COVID if I go to a garage sale with all these strangers that I don't know coming in. And even my friends that I've known for a long time, but I haven't seen them in almost a year now. I can't like justify being angry at the people with the cat party and then go out and do that. So, yeah, it was for a cat. I think, let me post the article. Yeah, like, I understand though because the father's actually moving out of the country, so of course they want to get rid of stuff. But like right now, it's like I really just it just sucks because like I want to be a good friend, but I also have to look out for myself because like if I get COVID, I can't call friends that I haven't seen in months to come and help me go to the hospital if I can't breathe properly or something. Like it's not fair to them to risk themselves just because I was irresponsible. And I think it's just people don't think that like I love and respect her. I've known her for a very 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 long time. But like her telling me like, oh, we tested negative last week for COVID, but but that doesn't mean like that now. It doesn't mean that now they. It doesn't mean that now they don't have COVID, or not even them. The people coming, their neighbors coming. I don't even really think like I'm not saying that they would definitely have COVID or something like that. But I can't trust like their neighbors. I don't know who they are. I don't live in that neighborhood. I don't know where they work. So. It's just overall not a fun experience. But like she's an adult, so I think yeah. I mean, obviously I can't like expect that they would have test results or something like that. Like that's ridiculous to expect, but because of that unknown, then I can't really just say like, oh, for a definite that I wouldn't get exposed. Because even if they, because there's the whole factor of the asymptomatic, like you just can't know. And even with wearing masks, if I was like there for hours helping, because unfortunately they didn't sell much, hours helping put their stuff back, like that just will expose me when I'm not a part of their circle anymore. It just feels bad. You know, I don't like being seen as like unhelpful or not a good friend. But I know I have to also just like think of myself. That's like something I have to really work on. And Did you really? I'm so sorry. Hopefully it was not like a really bad case. Lynn. Yes, Kitty. Yes. That's good. That's really good. Like, I'm glad that it did not end up being worse than... But did your girlfriend also get it then? If that's the case? It was pretty miserable though? Oh, I bet. Like, I do not want COVID because it's not just about, like, the initial symptoms. It's, like, the fact that we don't know. Alright. Do you want to be in my lap? It's the fact that we also just don't know what will happen in the future with it. Like, there's a lot of people getting pre-existing, like, getting COVID is now considered a pre-existing condition because of the effects. Well, that's good. I'm glad that, you know, because I'm pretty sure you would have felt shitty if she ended up also getting... Did my thing. No, I didn't. There we go. I was worried that it had... Kitty, do you want to be in my lap? Get over here. Alright, I have a cat in my lap. Cat in the lap. Did my thing? Let's see. I know. Okay, cool. It's back to normal. I thought that it froze for a bit.